Hmm. Hold on, just doing something. Hey guys, how is everybody? Hope everybody's well. Just thought I'd do a quick live stream. Hey, all things serious, how you doing, mate? Hold on, I'll put the link so you can come and join up. Let's put this here. So the link's on there, mate. So if you want to come up, come up. It's only going to be a quick one today. I'm not going to do one too long. Angel's coming doing the live, so I'm going to stop about 10 o'clock. So anyway, how is everybody doing? I hope everybody's well. Hold on. Itchy ear, itchy ear, itchy ear, scratchy ear. You have a good scratch. Hey, Brian, how's you doing, mate? And all things are serious is here. Hey, mate, how you doing?
All right, Paul, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good. You looking after yourself there, lad?
Oh, yes, I'm taking care of myself.
Good.
I had an interesting couple of days.
Nice.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Okay, so how's that then?
I don't like bullies, and I call bullies out.
I don't blame you. I don't do bullies neither.
So what have you been up to? What's your weekend like?
My weekend has been eventful. I'm not going into things, but I've had better.
Okay.
I've had better. But they can easily be sorted out.
It can get better.
Yeah.
Because you're like 5 hours ahead of me, right?
Yeah.
So you're at 9. It's 9:30 at night where you're at.
Hold on. Yeah, it's coming up for, yeah.
So that means your weekend is getting ready to start. Saturday's right around the corner, and you got Sunday.
Yeah, I don't tend to do weekends anymore now.
Oh man, you need them. You need to have some entertainment in your life, there, Paul.
I use Pornhub. That's entertainment for enough for me, mate.
Oh my word, brother!
You've got to laugh and joke about these things, haven't you?
Oh man,
But no,
it's okay.
I used to. I tell you what, mate. I used to work in the hotel and catering trade, so I've seen enough weekends in my life. If you get me.
Okay, all right.
I used
Do
to
you like
live.
to relax on the weekends?
Yeah, I used to live behind or in front of a bar at the weekends, or most of the time. So I've been there and done that. You know.
Yep.
And I'm trying to cut out the drinking. I'm going to try to start losing the weight, but yeah, I could drink for Britain, basically.
Yeah, I used to drink like a fish.
Yeah, there's like one time I ended up drinking I ended up sculling about 19, 20 cans of beer. I could go into a pub and spend £100 easy in a pub. So I'm going to try to stop the drink altogether. If you get my meaning.
That's good, man. That's good. It's going to be a struggle at first.
Well, I've done it before. I can do it. I used to be a gambler, and it used to be the machines. I used to spend £50 on one spin on the machines. I don't know how much that'd be in US money. Probably about 60 odd, $65 on one spin.
And how many spins did you used to do?
Quite a few.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Now imagine.
Yeah, so I gave that up, and that's hard. So I can give up the thing.
Yep.
I'll give up the booze. It's no problem.
You're not quitting. You're improving your life.
Yeah. And it brings you what people don't think. It brings you in such a downer too. You can get really high of beer, and you can be super chilled out. When you get back, and next morning you wake up, next thing you know, you're flat bottom.
Yep.
But hey, that's his life, I guess. That is life.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yesterday, I travelled 400 miles on the train, ended up the other side of London, had to get to the other side, then back home to me.
How was it? How was it?
It was hot. Okay, we have got drinks and discussions joining us. My man. I love this guy dearly. He's a good person, apart from when he isn't taking the piss out of me. Hey, Brian, how's it going?
Top of the day to you, gentlemen. Top of the day.
Oh, top of the morning to you, sir. I've got to say
classing
hello.
up this joint. Classing up this joint.
Hey, Willow. Class, as always, mate. As always, you know, I bring always the class down by mentioning Pornhub.
You guys were talking about some good stuff. I didn't want to disturb. I was coming up here to see if I joined the conversation. Keep going.
Oh, yeah, please do. I mean, yeah, like I said, I'm going to try to be teetotal from now on.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, absolutely nothing wrong with that at all.
Putting your body and your health first is what's important.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm laughing at Kane. What Kane said. She came in at the wrong bit. Yeah. She came in at the corn hub bit. Hey, Nova, how are you doing?
I came in at the wrong bit.
Not yet, love. Not yet. Another 5 minutes and you may do. Oh. Yeah, but what do you think, Brian?
Well, you know, I have from time to time, I've actually cut back and gone, weeks without partaking of alcoholic beverages as well. But you do things for the best of you. You know, if you feel as if you have to cut back completely forever, that's the decision that you make. And if you decide at one point in time you're grown up that you decide, hey, I've done it and now I want to go back to drinking, that's also up to you. And nobody should give you a hard time one way or the other. I think you are doing the best thing that you can do for you, and no one else should have to say so.
Yeah, I mean, you seen that picture I sent you the other day when I sculled all those beers.
Yes, I was a little concerned for you when you did that, but I understand you were going through something at the time.
Yeah.
And we all go through, and especially men, sometimes it's hard for us to deal with, and All Things Serious has a channel devoted to this. Sometimes you go through mental depression, or you go through something in your life and you don't know how to deal. And a lot of us, including myself, at times turn to alcohol or some other measure of substances to help mellow the pain. Not saying that's good, right, or indifferent, but that's just some of the vices that we use in order to cope. Everybody has them.
Yeah, Kane, I am going to try to be teetotal. I'm going to try. It's going to be a bit hard. I blame the old roots. I blame my genetics, being of Scottish and Irish descent. It's not a winner really for alcohol.
So is it your heritage that makes you? Well, no wonder why. I'm a Viking, so
Yeah. Yep, Scandinavian, Scottish too.
Oh man,
I am more pick and Celt mix. I've had my DNA done, so I'm more pick and Celt.
I am 64% Scandinavian.
Yep, I am 75% Scottish.
And I'm
No wonder
50%
why.
drunk right now.
Yep.
50% drunk right now.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I'm being an asshole all your life there, Brian. Don't be an asshole.
just kidding.
Never heard the 50%.
Hey, I'm gonna be right back. I'm still on, but I got to step away for
Yeah,
a quick
yeah,
second.
sure.
Be right back.
So when I was in Scotland last Tuesday, I ended up spending like £100 on beer.
Man,
Yeah. I'm afraid I'm one of these things that once I have a pint, I need another pint. And British pints are a lot bigger than American pints, and British pints are stronger than American pints too.
aren't pints like 32 ounces?
Hold on. I'm going to Google this now. Okay, so you've asked me to do something now. This is terrible, mate. You should never ask me to do anything. Okay, British pints versus American. Okay, it's my computer's. Oh God, I need to win the lottery. You know, I turned the number lock on, didn't I? British pints. Fuck off, you stupid. I like to swear a lot.
Hold on, let me help you.
Okay, British pints versus American.
All right.
Okay, British pints versus American. An imperial British pint is 20 fluid ounces, which is equal to 28.413 millilitres. The American pint is 16 US fluid ounces, which is 29.5.
Oh. I'm used to drinking from mugs that weighed 32 ounces.
Yep, so the imperial pint is approximately 20% larger than the US pint.
Oh, I could. Man.
Yeah, so I could probably drink. I used to, in my day, I used to go to a pub from 11 o'clock at night to 12 o'clock in the evening. And that would be like 18 to 20 pints of beer. So how was that?
I used to drink like a fish there, Paul.
Yeah.
If there was a pool of alcohol in it, I would go swimming in it.
I'd be dead, but I'd give it a good try.
That's how bad I was.
Yeah, same here, mate. Same here.
I quit drinking 13 years ago. I needed to.
I used to drink 2 bottles of Jack Daniels in one night.
It's Monday through Friday, 30-pack a day.
Yeah, and what's the
then Friday night,
were they
Saturday,
or were they like Coke can size?
Coke can size.
See,
but I would drink 30 of those.
I used to go through 24 cans, which is 440 milliliters.
That's a whole lot of drinking.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, Brian, I used to go to the pub in my younger days. I don't do this now. When I was younger, I'd be in the pub for opening time, which is 11 o'clock, and I'd leave at 12 o'clock at midnight.
Yeah, I remember you sharing that with me before.
Yeah.
That's, and when we're young, we can kind of do those types of things, right? You can kind of have a little bit of higher tolerance. But the older we get, the things that go on, and we don't handle and process the alcohol and even the sugars. We don't process the sugars from all that drinking and stuff the way we were when we were younger.
No, we get fat from it.
Yeah, but I will tell you.
No, we don't.
The reasons why.
People stop using that. We get cuddly and we mature with
Cuddly.
age.
We get cuddly. I love
Hey,
your
look,
take on that. Cuddly.
look, ATS. Let me tell you something. The dad bods are in this now. The dad bods are in, so embrace your dad bods.
We get cuddly. People love to cuddle us.
Uh,
I will tell you. I think the most
I
I've
will
had
be
to
like,
drink.
I am not fat. I am cuddly.
Yes.
I think I've almost drank a whole bottle of whiskey, like maybe once or twice in my life. But beer to this day, I can probably still, and this is, I think I still have a very high tolerance for beer. I can go about 7 or 8 beers, maybe even 9. And then I don't feel like I'm getting drunk. I feel like, man, I'm just bloated to all hell. And I don't want another beer. And then I'll switch it to something else if I'm just having
I
a long
used
drinking day.
to, when I worked in the army camps, you'd do 2 shifts. You do the breakfast shift or you do the lunch shift. And the breakfast shift, you have to be out for about 5 o'clock in the morning. So I used to drink a bottle of Jack Daniels and still be at work for 5.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that.
Well,
I remember once.
that's the thing. That's why they call these kids soft these days, because we used to do the exact same thing. You used to go out and to party, and then you had to be at work at 8 o'clock, or you had to be somewhere with your parents early in the morning.
Yeah, I do that.
You couldn't call in sick. You had to go to work, bro.
I used to be a breakfast chef in a hotel, and I remember we had this all-night party, and I finished at 5 o'clock. I had to be at work for 7. So I went to work at 7. I puked up in the bin in the kitchen and still had to do my shift.
And suffered through it. Probably took a couple of times to go puke in the bathroom a few times, and then felt really good.
No, I sent the KP to go and make my special brew, and he knew that was 3 heaps. This is no kidding. 3 heaped tablespoons of coffee. 5 or 6 teaspoons of sugar, and have it black.
Oh, you mean you brewed the coffee? You didn't like just put the coffee grounds in your mouth and like chuck them down like that.
No.
You made a cup of coffee.
Really made a strong cup of coffee. It was like tar.
I like my coffee like black. I can do it without the sugar too. Give me a whole lot of coffee on mine. Make it the strongest you can possibly make it. I'm drinking it.
Yeah, definitely. I have my coffee black, mate. I just basically have my coffee black by men, but I don't want to be known as gay. Oh no, but I like my coffee black. It's got to be strong. Don't have it this weak ass crap Nescafe or instant coffee. It's got to be like proper coffee. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So I'm what's the word I'm going to use without insulting myself? But I'm a very unique individual when it comes to certain things, and coffee was one of them. And I was getting to the point where, and I think I had this conversation with you, Paul, before about my Keurig, that I just could never get a Keurig pod that would distribute the coffee and the flavor and the strength I really wanted. So I had to go out and buy like this industrial size grind the bean coffee maker so that I could have a good cup of coffee.
So Eric, how do you like your coffee? ATS,
you there?
So
your name is Eric, isn't it?
No, I actually accidentally exited out of the screen on accident.
Okay. All right, you're an idiot.
Yes, I'm an idiot. I'm blonde naturally.
And cuddly. Don't forget the cuddly. Emphasize that, mate. Emphasize it. Yeah, but how do you do your coffee?
It depends on the flavors I have in the house, but I like it sweet and strong. Strong and sweet.
See that, ladies? You've got a sweet and strong man on the panel here. But I get you. I mean, I do get you. But like I say, when I used to be in my drinking days, it was a strong black coffee. And also, what got me out of my hangover, this is no kidding on, was a cheese and onion sandwich. Nice
Okay.
cheese, nice bit of cheese, like cheddar, plenty of onion. Oh, pretty good.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I missed that conversation.
Yeah, I was saying what got me out my hangover was the strong black coffee and also a cheese and onion sandwich.
Mm. That's a good segue into what people will use for hangover remedies. I always felt like a bunch of water and Advil always helps. I
In
just drink
Scotland,
nonstop water.
yep, in Scotland, it is a cold bottle of iron brew and a either like a bar of chocolate or a pie. So, what's
Talk
your
about
hangover?
food.
Go on then, Eric. What's your hangover cure?
Oh, my hangover cure was always pizza,
Leftover
Well,
pizza
that's
from the night
good.
before?
leftover pizza, and coffee.
Yeah. Or what about cold Chinese from the when you order cold
No,
noodles?
No,
me
I
and
can't do
Chinese
that.
food didn't get along while I was drinking.
Okay, fair enough.
As far as food is concerned, I think the less I put on my stomach on the hangover, the better I feel. If I start
Yeah.
putting like food on it, I feel like I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna vomit.
This is also another good segue. I could tell you some stories from the army camp if you want to hear.
Knock it out.
Okay, so I worked as a pan basher, which is a kitchen porter in a sergeant's mess. Now, a sergeant's mess, when you work in a sergeant's mess, it is one of the cushier jobs to have. It was hard work, but you can have a lot of fun. Now, this sergeant came in, and the mess manager told him he needed a shower. This is true. And she came in and said, right, we had to tell this sergeant. And we go, why? Because he went out on the drink and he met this woman and he was a giver. Okay.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the woman was a follow througher. And because he'd been drinking, he didn't notice that she followed through on his head.
What?
He followed through on his head.
Oh my god.
He came into the mess with human waste in his hair and he didn't notice.
That's disgusting. That's so disgusting.
And there was another one. This sergeant always complained about getting food poisoning. And they'd come up to him and say, what's wrong? He goes, I'm getting food poisoning from the sandwiches. And they checked the sandwiches and they found out the way the sandwiches were being made, there was absolutely nothing wrong. All being prepared fresh. There was nothing nasty. They weren't being put into dangerous places and they're all getting made separate.
Mm-hmm.
So they said to him, what were you doing? He goes, oh, well, I'll go out on the Saturday night. I'll go out to and have a drink and and I'll go buy a kebab or a kebab, whatever you want to call it in the US. Like a gyro, yeah?
Gyro, yes.
Yeah. And they go, okay then. So what do you do? He goes, well, I like mine hot. So I used to leave mine heating up on the radiators in my room. So he left his kebab or gyro, whatever you want to call it, on the radiator in his room for 6 hours so he can have it hot in the morning.
Don't tell me it started a fire.
No, he gave himself food poisoning.
Why? Because the stuff that was coming out of the generator into the sandwich overnight?
No, because way Jones work, you're only allowed to keep food for hot for like half hour or something like that.
Oh.
Then germs multiply, and he left his was on the radiator for 6 or 7 hours.
Oh my god! Yeah.
With all the sauce and all the salad and everything else.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that wouldn't be good on the tummy.
No, it wouldn't be good to the tummy. He was running in that.
No.
Yeah, and these are the people that defend our country.
Wow.
And what made it
They say
worse?
some food you can't leave out in the open and get into the air because it starts breeding those parasites and all that kind of stuff in the food, right?
Rice is really deadly. You should never eat rice. He rice from the Chinese.
Mm.
Is to do with it's to do with the cooking times because you should never reheat food twice,
Hmm.
stuff like that, and it creates spores, and the spores produce bacteria. And you imagine, like, you've got 20 spores, they produce 20 bits of bacteria. That bacteria will double in like 20 minutes, then it will double again, then double again, and again, and again.
Well, you know what? That might be one of the reasons why we have such ironclad stomachs in our generation. Because I remember, like you were saying earlier, that pizza sometimes we
Mm.
leave it out on top of the stove, wake up in the next morning, eating it for breakfast, and all the meat and sauce and everything else on top of it. I've even had leftover chicken wings that was been sitting out all night long and just shoved them down my throat the next morning.
Well, when you left those chicken wings, were you drunk?
You know what now?
When you left those chicken wings, did you have a drink before you ate them?
No, it would be up in the morning and it would be like, I'm going to wolf these down with some water, or I'm going to wolf these down
Yeah, but did
with
you
a
buy them
Coke
when
or
you
something.
been? That's what I mean. Did you buy them when you've been drinking?
Yes.
Okay, I think it's the amount that we drunk in our generation that we drunk has produced this cast iron stomach.
That's probably true too. Absolutely.
It's
There's no doubt
killed.
in my mind.
Yeah. What do you reckon, man? ATS.
Well,
Yeah,
but look at this though.
you
Remember
guys
what
talked
we used to
about food
drink.
and got me hungry.
Making himself a snack, getting something to eat.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that it's not necessarily what how much we were drinking back in the day too, but it was also what we were drinking. I can hear you, Paul.
I'm going to mute the mic, but carry on talking, okay?
Oh, okay. Yep, I got you. So it was. I remember even talking to some of my younger nephews and nieces and how what they drink now to this day. I remember they're drinking it because me and my brother and sister would actually introduce them to drinking something like, you know, Jack Daniels or Crown. And I know there are a lot of people who still like those brands and drink them, and there's nothing wrong with it. But once you start drinking other things, if you ever try to go back to those introductory brands, and that's what I call them, introductory, because they're low priced. And when you first start drinking, you don't want to go out and buy an $80 bottle of whiskey. So you go out and buy a $20 bottle of Jack, and it can last you for a week. When you start going backwards, it's like, this is so disgusting. Why did we ever drink that? And then it was
Yep.
like Boom Farms, and I don't even know if they make Bartles and James anymore. Remember those wine coolers?
Yep,
Do they
I
even
remember
make
those
those
wine
anymore?
coolers.
Wine coolers are for pussies.
I think they call them spritzers, or they call them what do they call those? The things in the cans with the tequila in them. They call them something different now. They don't call them wine
Yeah.
coolers. They call them.
Yeah, they definitely are what we would have called back in the day. This is on PC. Is we'd have called them drinks for puffs.
Yeah, that's what we still call them now. Get
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but not meaning that I'm anti-gay or anything.
Trulies. They're called
But
Trulies and things like that. And they're like for like women. Yeah, it's like, and I see guys. There are a couple of friends of mine. I ain't gonna knock them, but they do it. They do drink it early morning on golf. When we play golf in the morning, they drink them all the time now.
I have done something that most people on here haven't never done.
What's that?
I've snorted tequila.
Snorted tequila.
Yes.
I may have laughed loud, crazy enough that tequila came out of my nose, but I never snorted it into my nose.
I have snorted it into my nose.
Intentionally or
Why did you do that?
accidentally?
Intentionally.
Oh, it was on a dare, wasn't it?
Yes. Chef,
Hey, man, I dare you.
chef
Why
dared
did
me
you do
to.
that? Somebody just dared you to do it, and you
Yep,
sniffed what? Like not a whole shot of it, I'm assuming, but just like a.
almost the whole short of it.
Mm,
Man,
mm, mm, mm.
the burning sensation going through your nostrils.
It wasn't a bonus sensation. My face felt like it was collapsing.
Really, was it that bad?
It was that bad. But hey, I was a crazy person when I was in my younger days. I've even downed a shot of English mustard.
Oh, it's funny you say that because I didn't do this on a dare, but I was probably 16 or 17 and living with my parents, and we were all responsible for doing your own laundry at the time.
Hmm.
So my sister went in there, and we were petty with your brothers and sisters at times. So my sister went in there and put something in the laundry and the washer. And this is when you had to use the powder detergent. So she put powder detergent in the clothes. She closed it, walked away. She forgot to turn it on. So I go and look in the thing. I'm looking at the thing, and I see clothes in there. And I'm stupid, and I'm like, I don't know if these are clean or dirty or whatever. So instead of being smart and going, hey, these don't look wet, so they obviously aren't clean, I take pick a shirt or something, put it to my face to smell it, and in with the laundry detergent in my nose.
It
And
could
I'm
have been
telling you,
something else. You could have picked up the wrong item and you could have sniffed
no, no,
something
no,
else.
no, look, no, I know it was my sister, so I knew I wasn't gonna pick up the wrong item. But I swear, that detergent going up my nose was the worst feeling I
I
had in all
The
forever.
worst thing I've ever smelled was smelling salts for a dare.
Smelling
You
salts?
guys are wild.
Yeah, yeah, I have smelt smelling salts just to see, or I've actually smelt pure ammonia too.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
pneumonia. Oh, my God.
yeah.
The smell of it.
No, I wouldn't do it again.
Oh, my God. No.
And for one dare, this is another drunk dare. I have downed a bottle of Zambuca in one
A what of Sambuca?
bottle.
A whole bottle of Sambuca.
Yep, downed it.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I downed all that in
You're
one.
lucky to be alive on some of your dares.
Oh my gosh.
I
Whatever.
can.
What happened to the dares where you just go knock on your neighbor's door and run off? I mean, that's the kind of dares I'm talking about. Why are you getting all these dares to almost kill yourself? What's up
Um,
with that?
I have on my one of my birthdays when I helped my mate in a pub. My pub was a pretty big. Pub was a rough pub. The people in it used to go rough, but there were, but most of them were good people. So they were travellers and gypsies. And this one traveller boy goes up to me, and goes, "Paul, I bought you 3 pints of Stella. You know how strong Stella is, yeah?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay,
I
so
like
he goes,
Stella actually.
yep. He goes, I bought you 3 pints of Stella, and I went, okay. He goes, but you must drink all of them in one go. And I went to him, he goes, you kidding? He goes, no, no, you got to drink all of them because you're paying. The bloke was a bit tougher for me, and I went, all right then. I knocked back the first one within like seconds. I knocked back the second one, and I got to the third one. I got about an inch and a half from the bottom of the pint, and I put it down, and I went, mate, I'm sorry, I can't do any more. He looked at the bit. He looked at the pint of bin. He goes, "Fuck me, Paul. You're a better man than me, and you paid for all 3 pints."
So wait a minute. A pint is only 16 ounces, right?
20
No,
ounces
20 ounces.
in Britain.
Oh, like 40 ounces?
No, in Britain, a pint is 20 ounces. In the U.S., it's 16.
Okay. So 320 ounces of Stella. I could probably do that without falling down, Paul.
In the space of a minute.
Oh, in the space of a minute. No, I've never. I thought you were talking about like, finish one glass, slowly drinking it, and then another
No,
one, and
no,
then
no.
another
That would
one.
have been all right, mate.
You gotta
I
chug it.
would have done
Oh,
that, but I had to chug it. I had to scull it.
yeah, chugging. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I had to chug them down.
He did the Stella chug.
Yeah. It was almost like drinking a yard of ale.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no.
Now I
Always
can
about-
want a Stella. I want a Stella now. Stella.
There's a joke. There's a comedian who talks about a council estate in Britain, and there's some person full of drink going out there, and his girlfriend's just dumped him, and he's out there in his council estate, have his shirt off outside the burning car, shouting her name like, "Stella, come back, I love you." But you can imagine the scene, can't you?
Yes, again. Actually, I that might be something from a scene where, because I'm a big Seinfeld watcher, and there's a scene at the early on in their seasons, I guess like season 3 or 4, and Elaine is going Stella, and I think she might be quoting what you're talking about because it came from somewhere.
Okay, I think the one I'm talking. If you're going to see it, if you got to imagine it, watch the British Shameless.
Shameless. Oh, that's the TV show Shameless.
The British version, which is the first version.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they took that from the US, took it from Britain. The British Shameless was first.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, but it's like The Office. You know,
yes, I did know The Office was different. Yes, because that was the guy from the creator brought it over here.
Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais. Yes.
Yeah, so he brought it over there with Steve Carell.
Yep. Who I love Steve Carell. He's
Yep,
hilarious.
British Shameless is based in Manchester. And I used to live in Manchester.
Interesting.
It is really funny. It's also a bit saucy, but a bit more. It's a bit more comedy than the American.
Everything these days are now a little saucy. They push the envelope. There's a lot of shows that they're pushing the full frontal nudity on men and ladies, and it's starting to become more and more the norm. When you see, because I know a lot of people watch the Game of Thrones, and I've heard there's a lot of nudity in that.
Yep.
And there's a lot of other shows that people were into, and it's like, okay.
Well, Game of Thrones is good for a lonely time if you're a bit drunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've never watched one single episode.
You've never seen one single episode of Game of Thrones?
Not one. Really? And now they got the dragon that's out, or whatever the show, the spinoff or whatever.
Game of Thrones.
And I haven't seen that either.
It's House of the Dragons.
House of the Dragons. That's what it is.
They're named after my ex-wife.
They say that it's supposed to be really good, and people are really like tuned in, but it's.
Funny enough, Corner, I did hear that too. Mike Cerrone did fight frost giants in his life.
Say what?
Mike Cerrone fought frost giants.
Mike Cerrone fought what?
Frost giants.
Frost giants. Oh my God! Do we really have to talk about Mike Cerrone? I think he get talked about on every channel.
I know, he really is, because he pops up everywhere. This man is
an idiot.
He is an idiot. He really is.
And I feel sorry for him because he's one of the idiots that doesn't realize he's an idiot, and he thinks that he's doing himself a favor by going around these channels and just popping up and just acting like he's trying to reinvent himself. He's spewing the same nonsense on other channels, and people follow him to call him out on this dumb shit.
ATS, have you seen him and heard of him?
Yes.
Opinion.
yes.
Honest opinion.
He's a troll.
I don't consider him a troll.
I
think the people that follow him and troll him to get him all spastic and to get out of character, those are the trolls. Mike is looking for some type of.
He thinks he's a therapist. He thinks he's law enforcement. He thinks this, that, the other thing. Man, you ain't nothing.
Oh, and he said yesterday, I saw something, one of the Senior Sal's replays, which I find hilarious. He said that someone did a welfare check on him, and he came to the door right before they were going to use a crowbar to open his door. And I'm sitting there going, they don't force entry on a welfare check. They try to call around people if they seen you, and if they can detect some foul play through a window or something, then they'll try to breach entry. But they don't go in and just knock on your door and say, "Hey, nobody's answering. Let's pry open the door." And with a crowbar of all things, policemen don't carry crowbars. That's not what they do to breach entry to open up a door. They just don't do that. He's an idiot.
Yeah, as we say in Scotland, Mike's around as a fud. And that's the word we'll use. He's a Egypt, he's a twat. How many words could I use to describe him? There's quite a few British words, but I probably won't say anything because we'd like this channel to move forwards in life, not backwards.
All right. On that note, I'm going to drop down.
Yeah, right, mate. Nice chatting.
Like I said, thank you guys for having me up. I enjoy the company. I have some things I have to take care of over here.
No, I understand, mate. Next time I'll try to do a longer one, and get a bit more notice, yeah?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, cool, mate. Well,
all right, fellas, ladies and gentlemen, chat. Have a good one.
Good speaking with you. Check you out the next time.
Later, mate.
All right.
See you guys. Yeah, but I don't feel sorry for him, mate.
Well, I use the term I feel sorry for him loosely. I don't feel sorry for a grown up that has his own mental faculties about him, can make his own decisions, doesn't rely on anybody to make decisions for him. But what I'm saying is that
hold on, later, Fairy, look after yourself.
See you, Fairy. I kind of feel sorry for a person that doesn't understand that he is being made a fool of on almost every channel that he goes on. And just for someone who's a grown up that doesn't understand that he is a fool, you have to feel sorry for a person that doesn't have the forthwith about themselves to understand that they are just not that bright and that nobody's believing anything that they say. And just because they believe the lies doesn't mean everybody else is believing the lies.
How dare you call a man with 150 IQ not that bright there, sir? How dare you?
Please. Did he say that? Did he say he had his IQ that high?
Would I say anything that isn't a lie?
Well, if it's on YouTube, it has to be true, right?
Yeah, yes. He's got 150 IQ.
Oh my God! Say it's not true.
Yes, everybody is not that bright, but he is brighter than everybody else.
I mean, he still tries to lie just so much, and everybody's already caught him on all the lies. And just to sit here and try to hear him try to perpetuate everything that he said as being the truth, and we've already disproven, he doesn't. That's not his house he's living in. He says he has tenants somewhere in another house.
Yeah,
that's the same house
and he said
living in.
Football for Rutgers. Funny enough, Rutgers have got a good was it Alumnium page, whatever you want to call it?
Alumni, yep.
Alumni page. Please forgive the pronunciations. And they've got their football teams all backdated since way before we were born, yeah?
Yeah.
And his name doesn't appear
every college has that.
Yep. And his name does not appear on any of them.
Every college that you mentioned that you play for will have an alumnus page that will tell you their former football team, basketball. I don't care what team, what sports it is. They'll go in. You could be on the chess club from 1977. They're going to be a picture or some type of a page that gives you a list of every participant of that chess team.
There's only one register he's on, and mate, and it's not on any university page. If you get my meaning.
Yeah, I get your meaning, but he's an idiot.
Yeah,
I do find it comical to a certain degree, but then it's sometimes when I'm watching the replays, it's kind of like sooner or later this dude has to wake up, right? He has to understand.
Oh, definitely. Look, whatever you do, whatever you say on you, somebody's going to counteract and somebody's going to go look up, especially in US because you've got there's more freedom in information in the US than compared to like Britain, even though we do have a certain amount of information we can find.
Mm-hmm.
These can be more easier found in the US. So what's the point in lying?
What? Yeah. What is so? And that's another thing that makes me feel bad about him because even I saw something about his Thanksgiving, not Thanksgiving. He was talking about July 4th. Mike has no friends. He's in this house with nobody to talk to, and that is why he's traveling around on the internet, going from site to site, because he's
Hmm.
trying to fill some type of void. And if you're compassionate, really are compassionate about somebody, you see people behaving that way. You got to understand that there's got to be something more about emotional detachment that's revolving around him that he has to deal with on his personal life. I don't know him personally, but it seems to me like without having any real friends to connect to, possibly not even having family members to connect to, he is on YouTube so frequently going around trying to find someone that he can find that he provides some sort of importance to. And because he's not sitting up there just trying to be friends, he wants to feel important. Someone in his
Yes.
life has made him feel as if he is useless, that he is not worthy of attention and or something or value. And so he's desperately looking for validation, in my opinion.
Yeah, I totally get that. I could see that. He's like I said, looking for validation. He lies about stuff. He
Mhm.
talks about using judo strikes when judo does not have any strikes in it at all. It's not a striking
Yeah,
discipline.
judo's is about holds, how you hold someone,
Yep, holds and grappling.
grappling it.
Um, Somebody questioned. I watched something. Watched the video today. You about
I
hit.
saw that today too. Yep. And
Yep.
he was saying something about another form of martial arts, and he laughed at the guy as if he
Mm.
was not telling it. And I'm like, Mike, you can just Google it and tell you. You can tell he's telling you the truth about it.
And he says he's doing the circular troll. The only thing circular is where his girlfriend pegged him, mate. And that's the only thing circular.
Oh my
And
god.
he admitted that on YouTube.
Yeah, I didn't think I saw that one, but I did hear about that.
Yep, he admitted that on YouTube. Yep, he said Kinjutsu, not
Kinjitsu. Yeah, yes, that's what it was.
Kinjutsu.
Kinjitsu.
Yeah,
Yep.
didn't
Yep.
exist. Yep.
That was it.
It took 20 years to get a black belt. 20 years to get a black belt in judo.
Oh my god.
Taken to doing judo 2 days a week.
I know a guy who was overweight, took jujitsu because he wanted to lose weight. And I
Yep.
think in the amount of maybe a little bit under a year, he's already at like, I think brown or green or something like that. I forget what it is, but it didn't take 2 years to get a black belt. 20, it didn't took 20
Yeah.
years. That's a long time.
It also took him 20 years to get laid. Jesus Christ. Uh, yeah. Sorry. Oh, Mr. B, you do that is a good one. My hat off to you, sir. My hat to you.
Mr. B has always got something good to say.
Yeah, but people wouldn't bother so much. It wouldn't so much if he just said the truth. If he just came out and said, "Listen, guys," he came out and made himself that he had a bad heart.
I
Right
saw that too. I saw that. Oh my god.
now,
It's
what?
probably he has a bad heart from taking all those estrogen pills that makes his titty so
Yeah,
big. That's
I've
why
got a
he's got a
I've
bad
got a
heart.
bad heart. My body is not in shape. I do have moves. I've got more of a handful, but I admit it. I don't
But
go around saying I've got a bad heart. When somebody questions you about it, my heart is slow. My heart, I've got a slower beat. Oh, so you need like
mhm,
a pacemaker, so that brings your beat back up, yeah,
right, right.
and brings it back to rhythm. Then he goes the next day. I was lying.
Yeah, I was trolling them real bad. I was trolling them. I was
Yeah,
trolling them. Yeah, and I was like, dude, come on.
the
But
only
see,
thing.
but that's his go-to. That's his
Mm,
go-to. When someone catches him on the lies, he says, "I was just putting on an act. I was just trolling. That's what I do.
No,
That's not really who I am. I was just over there because they tried to put me in a position, and I was just trolling those guys over there. I was having fun. That's his go to.
that's his go-to. It's always been his go-to. When Vegas Fanny was there, oh Vegas,
Hmm.
Joey, I was doing this for them. I was defending you. I was going. I was like,
Hmm.
yeah, trolling HB. I was trolling him, so I can make you laugh. And it's like, dude, no, you weren't. You're just going
No, he
back
was
and
not.
forward, back and forward, back and forward. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, they're just a
Yep.
prank. Yeah, you know.
It's just a prank. Oh my god. So here's the deal. And like you and I, and a lot of people may or may not know
Hmm.
this. You and I, we have conversations about
Yes.
stuff on our Discord channel.
Hmm.
There are a few people that when you are on here, you can't help it that sometimes you just connect with a person and you go, you know what? Even though I might not see them in real life, I can connect with some of the things that we talk about, these topics,
Yeah. It's
personalities, and
go
then
for
you
the
start
beer.
talking
Yeah,
offside.
it's go for the beer mentality. I could go for a beer with that person. I bet if I went for that
Yes,
person, it would be brilliant.
right. Mike does not have that.
Hmm.
Mike does not have that um, camaraderie with any one person. And I know he's over at Ham Bananas. I don't think that that would ever happen because Ham Banana is trying to do a show and he likes to have that type of chaos around over there.
Yeah,
But there's not one single person that you could sit there and go, you know what? Mike is a cool dude that I would love just to sit down and have a really good conversation about his personal stuff. And maybe someone who knows a little bit about his personal stuff. He's not going to tell you what's really going on because he doesn't have anything going on.
okay, so Brian, I've highlighted this for you if you'd like to answer.
Can you explain again about Mike claiming he gets everyone's ID from looking at their IP address? That's stupid. Okay. And I'll explain this really, really quickly. If you look in your browser right on the URL, you'll see this big lock right next to the URL. That lock lets you know that you are on a secure, encrypted link. Anything that's on here, no one's going to grab your IP address because once you hit the YouTube servers, they scramble, encrypt, and everything else. No one's getting an IP address from YouTube. No one's getting an IP address from your mail server because only their mail IP servers are listed. They're not getting your personal IP addresses or anything like that. So rest assured, if anyone's telling you that he's grabbing IPs from YouTube, or even StreamYard, they are lying, and I will put $100 up to anyone who tells me that they can do it.
I'll put £100 up to anyone on that one
Now,
too.
if someone sends you a link and you click that link, and that link might be malicious, and it can go behind the scenes and provide them, your IP address, but they're not going to get it natively just by looking at your account on YouTube. That's not going to happen.
Definitely not. My RP says I'm in China. Good luck with that, Mike.
And you know what? And that's the thing. I also use a VPN, and a VPN can actually scramble your IP address and say you're in some countries. I do a lot of stuff that I have to look for stuff on the dark web and other stuff for my nature of my business, and a VPN allows me to be undetectable.
Hmm.
And yes, so IP addresses, Mr. B, belong to your internet provider's modem. That's how you access the internet. Is that your IP address is assigned to that modem? That's how your um, internet service provider can get to your settings if they need to. If there's an outage or if you have a problem, they can remote into your modem and using that IP address. You have internal. So when you connect to your modem, you have an internal IP address. That's usually for businesses, it's like a 10 or 170, whatever they want to create. But and for your personal in America, they usually has a 192, 168, 0 dot something as an IP address. You can always look up your IP address if you go to a command prompt on your computer. Just type in start and then CMD. type in IP config, and you can tell you what your IP address is. If you type in IP config/all, it will tell you your internal IP address and also your external IP address. Your external IP address is what's out facing, what people from the outside could possibly see if you're hosting a gaming channel or if you're hosting something that's not encrypted or anything like that. So that's your outward facing IP address, and that can be used to get inside your internal stuff, but it's really, really difficult to do, and you have to be a really good cybersecurity bad player, and if you really want to start hacking and doing those types of stuff. Mike is not intelligent enough to do that. Just let me tell you that. He doesn't even
come on, he eats his bigger line. What do you expect?
He can't spell IP, let alone tell you how to hack it.
He mines for nose gold. Come on. Then he blames he's picking nose hairs. That's one fucking big nose hair, mate.
I'm not trying to get into that man. I get on that man because he gets it from everybody. So Mr. B is talking to me. If you're using a Mac, it's you use terminal in a Mac.
Okay, I know nothing about this.
And I'm not sure what the command is for. It's not IP config, and I would have to look up the command on a Mac. But it is terminal. But you could just Google how to find your IP on your Mac using terminal, and it'll help you with that.
Why I think people constantly talk about Mike is that he brings the action to himself.
Say that again?
He brings the action to himself.
Well, he's polarizing. He is polarizing. I mean, because of some of the stupid shit. People love train wrecks. People love to drive by, no have any interest or no kind of skin in the game in a car wreck, and they will slow down, watch the car wreck, and then as soon as they pass it, they're going, "Did you see that? Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I wonder what happened." And it's a conversation about something they have absolutely nothing to do with.
No.
That's Mike. Mike's the car wreck.
Yep. If he can't win the conversation, he'll pick on women. And you'll threaten to go around women's house.
Well, that's my problem with him also, is that he'll claim that he is some guy. And I saw this one that really kind of pissed me off when somebody was saying something about death or something, and he had mentioned that he had never wished death on someone. And I've seen it personally when he was trying to tell Megan that she should die a long and slow one. And the things that he says about Megan, who is my dear friend, I really want to jump through my screen and strangle him like the little wimp that he really is every time I hear him talk about Megan.
How dare you? He's 6'3" and 240 pounds, so he
Mike is a scrawny, very low muscle mass, low bone density, pale, man boob having, Rogaine using idiot.
I
would take no time to demolish him in real life. And I'm not saying that because I'm going real life on him, but I would snuff him out quicker than he could blink. He is nothing. He is lint. I don't care how many times he tells people that he's 6'2", 205. He's a fool, an out of shape fool.
He has got no shape on him at all. His shoulders give him away.
And he keeps trying to, and then notice he's been wearing that jacket ever since people keep talking about his boobs. He's wearing the jacket now.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've got boobs. I'm fucking got big man titties, but I do not hide away from them.
Yeah, listen, it's no problem. Look, nobody's got a perfect body. I don't have a perfect. You don't. No one here is God's gift. Everybody's going to have problems. But if you cam up all the time and somebody's going to freeze frame your face when you laugh incorrectly, somebody's going to look at you when you try to take a sip. If you take the chance on being on video, which I do most of the time, there are going to be some haters out there going to try to make fun of you. You just have to laugh and go, you know what? Yep, I need to get back in the gym. If somebody said that to me, I'll be like, yep, I got to get back in the gym and do these push-ups, man. You're right.
There is some people who do not like me out there. I know that. I can take them. I just go boring, yawn, whoever. You just have to roll the punches in this YouTube world. You
You
have to
gotta
roll
roll
it.
with the punches.
Yep.
Yeah.
And people like Mike who say they can beat people. Now, I put that picture of me in in your Discord, didn't I?
What picture of what?
I put a picture of me in your Discord. You'll see it. It's in.
Oh yeah, yeah, look, yeah, yeah. I saw you, and I've seen you before, and I've seen you on
Yeah,
your live recently. Yeah, I know what you look like.
yeah, yeah. I'm a fat guy, but I'm a big guy too. I'm pretty strong for
Oh,
what.
dude, I'm sorry. I just now opened up. So I'm so bad about this. I just now opened up Discord today, just
Hmm.
now when you said that, and I just saw what you're posting up there. Look at
Yeah,
you.
yeah, no, yeah. People like Mike, I laugh at. Is you're not that hard. You're not that big. Cut the shit out.
Yeah, stop fronting. You don't say, look, and it doesn't have to. You don't have to do that. No one cares. No one cares what you look
Yeah.
like. Nobody cares how much, how big you are.
No.
Nobody cares how much you weigh. He's the one who keeps saying that over and over and over again. I'm a big guy. Oh yeah, I'm a big guy. I'm
Well,
this. And then when he raises his arms look like my son's arms. They're so scrawny, and I'm like, dude, stop trying to make a point by showing us your skinny
but
arms.
I would always say there's only one problem with a bigger guy. There's always going to be somebody bigger and stronger than you in the in the
That's
ocean.
all the time. I mean, listen, there's only one way you can never lose a fight. Only
Mhm.
one way you can never lose a fight, and that's to not fight. That's the
I
only way.
I've hung around travellers and gypsies for all my life.
Hmm.
I'm not a traveller or gypsy, but because the place where I grew up. I know I used to play this and sell guitars to this one gypsy, and this one gypsy, his cousin, was a proper street fighter,
Hmm.
bare knuckle champion, proper. And he went down to fight this farmer, and he's seen this farmer pick a donkey up, lift him over his head, and place him in the other field over a hedge.
Mm.
This traveller walked away, and his cousin goes, "Why are you walking away for us?" And he goes, "Never fight a fight you can lose."
Mm, mm, mm.
He's just seen this guy just pick up a donkey and just place it like it was nothing. He said,
That's crazy.
"Yeah,
Um, Noah was talking about how he was calling her names and stuff like that. When I grew up, I had uncles and stuff that kind of grew up a little bit harder than I had to grow up,
hmm,
but they would always tell me, the old adage, no women, no children.
yep,
You don't make fun of, disrespect, a woman in front of a real man. If you start
fine."
talking crazy, even if it's your girlfriend, you start talking crazy to a woman in front of a real man. I don't care if I don't know you. I'm gonna step to you, and you might get slapped in the mouth if I keep hearing it.
Um, to be unfair, mate, I wouldn't like to take a slack off of you, but I'm gonna what we M Corner said. I'm not gonna put it on, but yeah, he did say that to her. If you can read
That's
what M
crazy.
Corner said,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm.
you
I,
don't.
I I heard that through the grapevine. I heard that through the grapevine
Mm.
as well.
And to ask a woman to do that when you don't even know them,
That's really sexist to me. To kind of go and be disrespectful and talk of a sexual nature to another woman that's not even a friend, and that way is just shows you what kind of a disgusting person he is.
oh, good, yeah,
And let's make it clear, everyone. Again, this is not a bashing session. Even though we're talking about someone who's also on YouTube, this is not something. I'm not saying anything that I wouldn't say to Mike to his face. And you
oh,
guys know me well enough to know that I'm not one who's going to be trying to retract anything that I say about the man. I'll say it to him to his face. Enough's enough with him. Especially, it just kind of got under my skin every time I think about the stuff he says about Megan and to Nova and other people who I think are really intelligent and classy individuals. When he goes into these little things where he thinks he's either being funny or trolling mode and talking so disgustingly toward any woman is just not right with me.
Oh, definitely. You mean I have a laugh and giggle, but I'll say some crude things, but I do not say anything demeaning to anybody, do I?
No, you don't. And that doesn't mean you don't get along with everybody. You don't get along with everybody. You have your
No,
moments where you go in and you're like, okay, I'm disagreeing with this person, but it's never a personal attack or as being like hitting below the belt because
no,
you're not that type of person.
no. You can have a disagreement with somebody. It's how you carry yourself off. And he says this is
Mhm.
all an act. I'm sorry. Way I
Uh,
carry myself off in here is the way I carry myself off in real life.
yes, and I will attest to that because the way you carry yourself over there is the same person I've gotten to know over the years
Yeah,
in our Discord channel. So yes, you are the exact same person.
I am the exact same person. I do not pretend to be a hard man. I do not pretend to be the best of all fighters. I try to get on with everybody. I may disagree and say, look, I disagree in this, but there's a way of saying to disagree than being a complete and utter tool,
Hmm.
you know?
Yep, I know. I 100% back you up on that, sir.
It
100%.
it is stupid. I mean, also, also, the allegations coming from one channel to another, you know? Have you read
Hmm.
about them? I'm not going to say which channels' names, but you must have seen them.
I'm not sure. I know what you're talking about on that one.
Okay, I'll put it in the backstage so you can.
Oh no, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but go ahead, just put it in there because I think I might know what you're talking about. Yes, and you know what? And I don't want to comment. I don't know anything about it because I see it, and as you can tell, I have not been to either one of those places.
Yeah, well,
That's not my style.
I've been on both, and I don't go on the other one anymore now.
Yeah, it's weird. It's yeah. I mean, from the outside looking in, it's odd. It's very odd behavior. But then the first channel that you mentioned, I always thought it was supposed to be this channel that was about maybe a little sports talk, a little bit of this, a little bit of
Mm,
that, and it's going full fledged. Like the bickering between them and the other channel, it's just taking on a whole new life. And then they throw
yeah,
Mike in the middle of it. I'm just like, what the what?
yeah,
Whatever happened to the fun conversations? Whatever happened to, and one of my dear friends is part of it, and that's why I just rather stay out of it. It's
no,
just not
I
my
get you.
style.
But, I mean, we respect that. Well, I'm going to I can't speak, but I respect that because you just don't want to get. I mean, that's your decision. You
Right.
know, I try to stay away from those allegations because if they're true, they're sickening, and I do feel sick that if they are true, that they are being on that type of channel.
I doubt that there's some any legitimate truth to it, but why play with fire? Either way, you
Yeah,
know.
I am not going to play with fire. I'm staying away
Right.
from that now.
Yep. Way, 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 way,
Yeah,
way away.
because mud sticks in life, and once mud is thrown, it will stick to you, and you've got to answer all these allegations back. I think
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
But it's I even when they come up in some of my algorithm stuff, I don't know who actually replays it because I don't think Senior Saul plays that stuff. But um, I think I saw something not too long ago where no, I see community post. That's what it is. I'll see a community post from one of the channels, and that's how I see the bickering back and forth. But I
Yeah.
don't ever go and watch the videos.
No, but can't speak for both channels. But if you stay away, I mean, that's fine. That's your choice.
Mhm.
I think everybody should respect your choice and what you make. You know,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and I wouldn't say anything bad about you at all because you're one of my main geezers on there.
Absolutely, 100% to the day we die.
Today we know we ride hard.
Yeah, we ride hard.
And we try to drink hard, but we don't do now because we're getting a little bit older. So a few Cokes with a little bit of ice and a bit of lemon will do just fine.
Oh, jeez. Hey, how long are you planning on going?
I'm going to shut off in a minute because I'm going to go and have a look and see what Angel's doing. My main thing was just
Okay.
to have a little chat with people, you know, just before Angel was going live. But it's taken us a little bit longer, which is good for me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do a little bit more of these.
Yeah.
You
and
know,
this
but
is right about when you kick it off. It's like right about the time where I could probably jump on in the afternoons.
So, but
I do have to jump off to a happy hour too for a little bit just to show my face, and then I might join you over there at Angels.
Yep, I have got a script happening. No, I've demolished it.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the 1918 lynchings in Georgia, I think.
Okay.
But I have to put a disclaimer on the thing now because it's going to contain words of violence, racism, death, and murder.
Okay.
It's a horrible thing, 18, but because it's
available 18 and over.
Yeah, all my things are anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think people should hear about it and learn a bit more about it because I don't think enough's been said about it myself.
Okay, cool.
You know, but hopefully I've got that coming soon. I'm going to use I know what it is, so I'm going to put all the information in chat GBT and I'm going to make them write a script for me.
That's good. I use that sometimes too.
Yeah, and for 1918 there was major lynchings, and I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to give too much away from it. You know what I mean? But the case is a horrible case, and people should know about it because it's all part of Americana history. It's a part of Black. Is it right to use African American history?
You can say that. That's fine.
None, because
that's what they call it. Yeah, that's what they call it.
That's what they call it. But not everybody came from African American people. Some people came from the Caribbean too, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Yep, they sure did.
And some people came from, people of color came from different parts of the world, not just Africa.
There are people that come from color that came from Asia.
Yeah,
a lot of people come from different aspects. Yes, so they group it all in to be African American study or African American history. It's just kind of a catch-all. Yeah, it makes them feel better about themselves by not having to say black, I guess.
Yeah, and people are frightened to use the word black. What's wrong with using the word black to describe somebody?
Yeah, I don't either. I could call somebody white and call somebody Asian. Black. That's fine. Call somebody black.
I'm like the Milky Bar kid. When I go outside, I'm like a lobster when it's hot.
Lobster. That's the lobster guy.
That's lobster. Have you seen my arm last time when I got sunburnt?
Yes, when you got sunburned and it was all disgusting. Nobody wants to talk about that anymore. I'm just now almost forgot about it until you mentioned it, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I remember I was going to throw up when I saw that.
Do you know I had a T-shirt on then too?
Yes. That's still disgusting. It went through the T-shirt. Yes, I remember you telling us.
Woohoo!
Okay, Chief, I gotta go. And I'll check on Angel after I'm done with your happy hour. I'll see you later, buddy.
I'll see you later, mate.
Bye, everyone.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, everybody. Brian is going. He showed himself a little bit. Woohoo! Yeah, and Connor, it was really bad, but hope they got this new video coming out soon. I've just got to do the script writing for it, get it all saved. I'm going to go pop over to see what Angel is doing. Everybody will take care. If anybody's watching this, go over to Angel's, give him some love. And you guys probably will because almost everybody's part of everybody on here. But all please look after yourselves. Have a great night. Take care. Be good. And I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.